While modern hotels boast about their staff-to-guest ratios, one London establishment has maintained the same 2-to-1 standard for over a century. Therefore, when guests request the impossible, the concierge doesn't consult a manual. They simply remember how they fulfilled similar wishes for the past 4 generations. And when royalty grants its warrant, they don't adjust their standards. They simply continue the same level of service they've always provided. In these corridors, perfection isn't a goal. It's a baseline, maintained by white-gloved hands that have never stopped polishing the same brass fixtures since 19... In today's episode, we'll take you behind those legendary revolving doors for a grand tour of an establishment so exceptional, its very name transformed the English language. From the palm court where society's rules were quietly revolutionized, to the kitchens where culinary traditions are preserved like crown jewels, prepare to discover why the Ritz isn't just a hotel. It's the standard by which luxury itself is measured. When the Ritz London opened its doors in 1906, it marked a pivotal moment in British hospitality. César Ritz, already renowned for his pioneering work in Paris, chose London for what would become one of his final great projects before his retirement due to ill health. His vision was clear: to create a hotel that would merge French sophistication with British grandeur. The location was strategically chosen. Piccadilly, with its newly widened thoroughfare, represented London's emergence as a modern metropolis. The building itself, designed by French architect Charles Muez and Englishman Arthur Davis, marked a decisive break from Victorian architectural traditions. Its steel frame construction, cutting edge for its time, allowed for unprecedented window sizes, flooding the interiors with natural light, while the distinctive French chateau-style copper-crowned roof would become one of London's most recognizable landmarks. The interiors captured the imagination of Edwardian society with their unprecedented luxury. Louis XVI's furnishings graced every room, while the latest technological innovations of the era set new standards for comfort. The bathrooms, with their rare pink Lebanon marble and state-of-the-art plumbing, made headlines across Europe, representing a level of luxury that surpassed even many aristocratic homes of the period. The hotel's design reflected a deep understanding of its intended clientele. The long gallery, with its floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking Green Park, provided the perfect setting for society's elite to see and be seen. The Palm Court, with its ornate mirrors and glittering chandeliers, would soon establish itself as one of London's most prestigious venues for afternoon tea. The Ritz's opening night was primarily attended by members of the press, who marveled at its opulence. The Times declared it a thoroughly French hotel on London soil, a description that captured both its uniqueness and its ambition. While the hotel took time to establish itself, its reputation for excellence gradually grew, attracting an increasingly prestigious clientele. The timing of the hotel's opening coincided with a significant period in London's history. The city was experiencing a cultural renaissance, and the Ritz provided a sophisticated stage for this transformation. Its restaurants and public spaces introduced new standards of luxury and service that would influence British hospitality for decades to come. The hotel's early years weren't without challenges. The declining health of César Ritz and the approaching shadow of World War I tested the establishment's resilience. Yet these challenges only served to strengthen the Ritz's commitment to maintaining the highest standards of luxury and service, a commitment that would see it through 2 world wars, economic upheavals, and changing social attitudes. Step through the famous revolving doors of the Ritz London, and you'll notice something immediately different from any other 5-star hotel. Every staff member wears pristine white gloves. This isn't mere ceremony. It's a tradition dating back to 1906, removed only in the presence of royalty. The corridors of the Ritz were revolutionary for their time, designed wide enough for two ladies in Belle Epoque dresses to walk side by side. Today they serve as gallery spaces where staff meticulously polish every brass fixture and tend to the gilded surfaces that have become synonymous with the hotel's name. The jewel in the Ritz's crown is undoubtedly the Palm Court, where the hotel's legendary afternoon tea service has evolved into an all-day affair. From 11:30 a.m. until the final dinner tea at 7:30 p.m., this magnificent space hosts what many consider London's most coveted dining reservation. The room itself was revolutionary. It was the first venue where unchaperoned women could gather in public, a calculated decision by César Ritz that transformed London's social landscape. The Palm Court's design reveals Ritz's genius for detail. The signature peachy pink lighting was specifically chosen to flatter ladies' complexions, while the soaring mirrors and ornate gilding create an atmosphere that transforms every visit into an occasion. Even today, with some 400 guests served daily, each table receives the same immaculate attention to detail, from the hotel's exclusive champagne to the precisely cut sandwiches that executive chef John Williams personally inspects. In the Rivoli bar, designed to evoke the glamour of the Orient Express, vintage spirits from the 1940s are served alongside contemporary cocktails. The Art Deco space, with its camphor wood panels and Lalique glass, feels like stepping into a jeweler's private collection. The Michelin-starred main restaurant maintains the standards that earned the Ritz its reputation as a culinary destination. Here, under spectacular chandeliers, every table is deliberately spaced to ensure privacy, a consideration as important today as it was a century ago. The dress code remains steadfast. Gentlemen must wear jackets and ties, a rule that transforms each meal into a proper occasion. But perhaps what sets the Ritz apart is its staff's dedication to personalized service. With a ratio of 2 staff members for every guest, the hotel maintains an almost impossible standard of attentiveness. The concierge team, led by veterans like Michael Deor, who has served for over 4 decades, embodies César Ritz's golden rule. Never say no when a client asks for something, even if it is the moon. Beyond the public grandeur lies a more intimate side of the Ritz London, where 136 rooms and suites tell their own story of traditional British luxury. Unlike modern hotels that chase contemporary trends, the Ritz's accommodations remain steadfastly classical, and perhaps surprisingly, many guests prefer it that way. Each room maintains its original Louis XVI style, though with subtle modern updates. The furniture, while historic in appearance, receives constant attention. Fresh upholstery, careful repainting, and meticulous maintenance ensure that even pieces that have served for decades retain their dignity. The carpets, in their signature blue and rose patterns, provide a soft counterpoint to the gilded moldings that frame every doorway and window. What's particularly striking is the Ritz's commitment to traditional comfort. Unlike most luxury hotels that have abandoned them, the Ritz still dresses its beds with blankets rather than duvets, a touch that many guests find charmingly nostalgic. The pillows, all feather and down, are regularly tested using what the housekeeping staff calls the arm test. If both sides flop over when rested on an arm, it's time for replacement. The bathrooms, while updated with modern fixtures, retain their original marble grandeur. Some suites still feature rare pink Lisbon marble, a material so precious that pieces are carefully preserved during any renovation work. Each bathroom comes stocked with exclusive Ritz-branded amenities, though it's the personal touches, like staff knowing which guests prefer extra towels or specific brands of mineral water, that truly set the service apart. The signature suites, which occupy the building's prime corners overlooking Green Park or Piccadilly come with their own butler service. These spaces feature separate sitting rooms, marble fireplaces, and chandeliers that date back to the hotel's opening. Each suite has its own character, some with original antique mirrors, others with period writing desks that have served generations of distinguished guests. Modern amenities have been integrated with characteristic Ritz discretion. Flat-screen televisions are often concealed behind paneling or custom cabinetry, while air conditioning units are carefully positioned to maintain the room's historical integrity. The hotel has managed to add contemporary comforts without compromising its Edwardian soul. What's remarkable is the attention to detail in even the smallest touches. Each room features an umbrella embossed with the Ritz logo, freshly polished brass keys rather than electronic key cards, and even period-appropriate light switches. For families staying in suites, children find age-appropriate amenities waiting for them, from mini bathrobes to specially sized slippers. The overall effect is not of staying in a hotel room, but rather of being a guest in a particularly well-maintained private mansion, where tradition isn't just preserved, it's lived. The relationship between the Ritz London and the British royal family represents one of the most distinguished partnerships in hotel history. This connection was formally recognized in 2002 when the Prince of Wales, now King Charles III, granted the hotel his royal warrant for banqueting and catering services, a testament to the hotel's exceptional standards and service. The hotel's privileged location, mere minutes from Buckingham Palace through Green Park, has made it a natural extension of royal life in London. The Ritz maintains this connection not through ostentation, but through an unwavering commitment to excellence that has earned the trust of generations of royal guests. In May 2024, the Ritz's royal connections were further cemented when it received an additional royal warrant from King Charles III, marking a new chapter in its royal associations. This recognition reflects not just historical ties, but the hotel's continued ability to deliver service at the highest level. The Marie Antoinette Suite, with its ornate Louis XVI decor and magnificent chandeliers, has long been a preferred setting for royal gatherings. Here, amid gilt mirrors and hand-painted panels, the hotel has hosted numerous significant celebrations that have become part of both the hotel's and the royal family's shared history. The commitment to maintaining royal-worthy standards extends throughout every aspect of the hotel's operation. The Palm Court, with its soaring ceiling and delicate architecture, provides an appropriately elegant setting for both royal visitors and guests seeking to experience the same level of service. The main restaurant, too, maintains the exacting standards that have made it a trusted venue for prestigious occasions. What sets the Ritz apart in its approach to royal patronage is its emphasis on substance over ceremony. Rather than relying on past glories, the hotel continuously works to merit its royal connections through consistent excellence in every detail. From the immaculate maintenance of its Louis XVI furnishings to the precise timing of its service, the hotel's staff embodies this commitment through their professional discretion and attention to detail. Whether serving royalty or regular guests, they maintain the same high standards that have earned the Ritz its reputation as one of London's most trusted luxury establishments. Even the hotel's sumptuous decor reflects this royal connection, though never in an ostentatious way. The subtle gold leaf work, the carefully preserved architectural details, and the overall grandeur of the spaces speak to a standard of luxury that has long been associated with royal patronage. Today, as London's luxury hotel landscape becomes increasingly modernized, the Ritz's royal associations serve as a reminder of its unique position in British society. It stands not merely as a hotel, but as an institution that continues to uphold the traditions and standards of excellence that have made it worthy of royal recognition. And now, I'd love to see you in the comments. Have you visited the Ritz London or would like to? I look forward to hearing your thoughts. And thanks again for joining another episode of Sir Luxury Travel. Ta-ta, until next time.